Well,
welcome back after a very long break.
After a very long, like a month.
literally, actually, a little bit
It was
too
a
long.
month. It was a month.
It's because we've had a busy summer.
It has.
Okay?
We have had a busy summer.
We've had a lot going on, so.
And that is literally what this podcast is going to be, because
just gonna review our summer.
We're just gonna do a kind of summer review, kind of just a wee chat, a catch up for us as well, because like we haven't seen each other.
We've not seen each other in like a while.
Yeah.
Well, like in the last 2 days, we've seen each other more than we have in the last month.
Oh my.
God. Crazy. We've had a busy one.
Has been a busy one. Like I think I got off uni and you too also around like May. And this is what I don't understand. Like, why is the break for uni so long?
Why is it August?
Like, literally, it's so long. And like, I'm not complaining. No. I'm not complaining about the long summer.
This is not.
But also May to late September.
I don't back to the 16th.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, nice. It's great, but also.
But why is it so long?
Why is it so long?
But like, also, why is it so fast?
Yeah, literally.
Because why is it?
It is so
the 21st
fast.
Of August?
Yeah, I know, it's so crazy. But yeah,
so much has happened.
I think our summer started off together.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, how nice.
Reminiscing.
Whenever we went on our chunder trip.
We're gonna talk about quite a bit because it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so,
like,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna bring you closer because I'm just looking at the waves, the sound waves.
We're not close enough.
And mine are really big, and
I always just get scared because I feel like I shout and I don't want to shout in you guys' ears.
Yeah.
You know,
we're newbies to this, but we're excited. We're happy to be here. Happy to be talking.
Yeah. It's all fun and games here. But anyway,
yes, chunder trip. So basically this was year 2, chunder 2.0.
Yeah.
So last year,
we need to tell them why it's called chunder, because like
literally
people don't know why it's called vomit.
Chunder is vomiting, and that's the name of our trip.
Yeah.
Basically it is called, do you want to explain it? Can you even explain it?
Literally, I don't know.
I think it was just last year.
It just happened to be a word that our friend group used a lot last year to describe things.
Yeah, I love using it still. Like, oh my, that is so chunder. Like, that is chunder.
It's chundrous.
That is chundrous. Like, it actually
it's
is.
So funny.
And it's such a good word, and it just inhabited that space
it worked
that we were
very
in.
well for last year. There was a lot of things happening.
And now Josh's shirt is on his way, and he might interrupt this podcast. He's en route to, because he may or may not be a guest.
It's either next week's podcast or last week's podcast.
Wherever way we decide to
we don't know what way we're going to release them.
But yeah, he has this house in Donegal, or his family has a house, and like we're not complaining about where we had to stay.
No way.
But like it's also called Chunder House.
Chunder House. It's Chunder House.
It is Chunder House. Like, it's a roof over our heads.
Yep.
Like, there's some
it's a floor for our feet.
There's some wee parts of it where it's like
especially last
is
year.
That rat
this
poo?
Year what's that in the corner? Spiders? Literally.
Is that carpet stuck down with duct tape?
No, guys, we love it though.
It's the best house. I love it. It's definitely it's so 80s.
House.
It's
a
so special.
House.
Like, it's really consecrated. I think.
It is.
I think it's really a really beautiful place. But yes,
it's just So
we had that one last year.
Last year, it was kind of just like a group of us were like, oh, let's go on a trip together. Like, let's go camping and stuff like that. And you guys didn't really know, like, Josh, who has the house, that well or anything.
No, not at all. Really.
So me and Caleb, our other friend, we did an internship, and then we got to know Josh through that. And he had said that he had a house, and we were like, okay, like, a group of us want to like literally just go away for like a weekend or something together. And then the more we were like, why don't we add something to it? The more we went into it, we were like, let's give this a deeper level.
Yeah. And then we like tied in with Wildfire, and Wildfire were like, Wildfire, look. Mr. Wildfire. He had this idea of vocational vacation, which is like, vocation is your work and vacation is your rest, and it's like, so often we separate them and think that work is
like one has to be without the other. It's like two separate things.
Whereas chunder trip or vocational vacation brings them together.
Yeah.
So what kind of it looked like for us, at least, was we had days of rest, and then we had days of like work, but
work for the Lord.
Mission, work for the Lord. This year looked pretty similar to last year, I think.
It was more rushed this year, unfortunately. We didn't get enough time.
It was harder because just the dates are really hard to align sometimes, and everybody gets that, but
so busy.
This year we kind of had 2 full days, I think it was, and one of them was rest and one of them was work. What happened on our rest day? What did we do?
We I only arrived.
We had church in the morning.
Around lunchtime on rest day.
That's right. We went to church in the morning.
They went to church in the morning, and then I arrived.
CFC. What?
Oh yeah.
Not CFC.
CFC. I don't know what it's called. Ardra.
It's what? No, that's Christian. I can't remember. Sorry, my head's away. It was Christian Fellowship. Not Christian Fellowship. What?
I don't know. Evangelical?
No, it's a Christian Fellowship.
Yeah, it is.
ACF. It's ACF. I was trying to say
Christian Fellowship.
ACF. Where am I going? Sorry. Shout out to CFC. They're a great church. I do love them.
CFC in Belfast.
Yeah, they're great. AFC. Ardra Christian Fellowship. Sorry.
What a church. It was so good last year.
It was so good last year. And they've got like a really great like Ukrainian
and the kids
group, and the kids were so good.
The kids are so cute.
We kind of last year it took more because I don't even think they knew that we were coming this year. I know you weren't there, but like I don't think they knew that we were even coming. Which was such a good surprise then, because like us coming in and but last year it was organised that we were gonna come and we were gonna lead a lot of things like worship, led worship, and I had people like singing, like back to me like in the congregation, and again congregation is like a strong word to use because there was maybe 20 like people. It was so small, and there was people from I think. Oh, where were they from? It wasn't Portugal. Maybe it was Portugal. Brazil. So there's people speaking Spanish and there's people speaking Ukrainian.
Yeah.
And whatever other languages, and then English. And it was.
And there was so much like I feel like we had such nice connections with the church last year because there was like, there's just like really nice moments of like things that people had like prayed for. Or like asked for prayer, and like we'd literally seen like the fruits of it while we were still there. We like only left like 2 days later, and already like things were happening, and it was just so good.
It's amazing.
But yeah, then this year, so the Sunday was like rest, and I arrived in the afternoon, and then we just like chilled outside. It was such a nice day,
and it was such a beautiful. The weather was so good. We like were lying out on the beach. The boys were surfing.
Do you remember whenever I arrived, and I was you thought I was bringing Ethan, but
who's Ethan?
Neural.
Shout out to Neural. This whole podcast is just shout outs to people.
To people that have been on trips.
But everybody that we mentioned is literally such an incredible person, and like we honour them in so many ways.
Yeah.
Good on.
Special people.
Yeah. Special people in our lives.
And like so I was supposed to bring him, and then he like didn't text me and be like, we'll meet and like you can take me.
He didn't even we're calling him out, and I called him out on this morning, so this is just a second calling
but then out. It was just the fact I showed up and everyone was like, yay, you're here, and then everyone was like, where's Neural? And I was like,
I felt so bad.
I was literally like, guys,
no one was excited to see Moriah, they just want to see Neural.
And then you and Luke, you just run a walk, and Luke comes back and he's like, hi, and then he's like, where is he? And we'd already just been through the whole.
So sad. It actually was so sad. But
we missed him.
You know what? We did. We missed him so much, and maybe next year. But
and then we played golf on the Sunday night.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, right. I actually won for the girls.
I wasn't there. Where did I go?
You and
who stayed back?
You and Josh, Naona, and Chloe. Maybe you just went for a swim.
That's right. That's right. Oh, it was lovely. Like there was in the area that we were in. You could literally just go into the sea.
The sea.
Because the tide comes in. There's a road, the house
it's
road,
a dream.
And then the beach. It's such a beautiful space. And then so that was like our rest day, and then we just hung out at night time really, and just the boys always put on a show. They
improv.
Put on. They do like improv
it's so good.
They sing something, and so that's always just a lot of fun, and so then that was then our day of work. Literally our work day then.
Yeah, our mission day.
We started off with devotionals in the morning.
Yep, devotionals, and then remember we were like, out of the house for like what 11.
Honestly, that's my pet peeve.
I hate it. That is
my pet peeve.
I hate it.
I just can't. Anyway, we got them out eventually.
We eventually got out.
We headed into
we
our
did
draft.
like devotional, and then we did like we prayed for each other. Who did devotional that day?
I think Luke did it in the morning.
Yeah, and then we like prayed for each other and everything, and then we headed out in little groups, and there was like 3 different locations. So Ardra was the main town. 2 groups went there. Potentially. Then me and Cara and Tamia went to the beach, and that was brilliant. And then the other town
was it Portney? Is that what it's called?
No, it's that other one. Is it Genties?
The Genties.
Glenties.
Glenties.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember. I don't know what it's called, but
yeah, that other town, which is a new one.
Yeah.
So another little group went there.
Did you have any big moments or any?
Oh, we did. You
tell yours. I've got one as well.
Okay, right. I'll tell mine. I don't know if I've heard yours. Oh no, I definitely.
No,
have.
You tell yours.
I definitely has. Okay, so ours, we got to the beach, and Takara had went to the beach last year with Keziah and Josh, I want to say, or maybe it was just them two, and they like had a really good time, had met a family, and like just got on like really well, had good like moment of prayer after like a lot of discouragement. And then anyway, the week went on, and they'd kept in contact with the family, and kind of like got invested into them a wee bit, and then they got a bit let down on the last day, and basically like just the wee girl wasn't there whenever they thought that she would be. And they were just like, it was a bit of a spiritual attack also, I would say, towards them, and like just the way they got invested in that. So I was quite keen to go back to the beach with Takara. Tamia, this was her first year on chunder trip. So it was really special to go there with her as well, and we kind of prayed in the car a lot, and just like asked for like opportunities to be opened, for us to just like have conversations that people like wanted to be in. So we walked down onto the beach, we're looking around. I was kind of like, guys, if you like feel like anyone is sticking out to you, or if someone's been pointed out to you maybe, or you just feel any sort of way towards someone, like literally tell us, and let's just go to them and pray and like ask if they have anything going on, or what's happening. So we tried a couple of people, and the first ones we came to were actually like German people, and they literally didn't speak any English, but we kind of talked to them. Well, they spoke like a mild amount of English, like a few words, and we like talked to them a little bit, and it just wasn't great. Like there was a language barrier, and we just wasn't great. We tried a couple more people, and we were just keep getting like rejected, and like doors shut, and like no, like not interested. And I was literally like, girls, we were all supposed to meet up for lunch, and I was like, girls, I don't want to leave the beach until like we get, like, I just know there is one encounter we're gonna have here that is gonna be like special, and it's gonna be needed. And then literally we're walking back up the beach towards the car, and I was like just praying. I was like, please, just someone come along that we can talk to. This couple are walking at the edge of the water, so we went down to the water, and we're like, I think this is gonna be good. They had 2 little dogs, and I feel like, here's a tip for you guys: if people have dogs and you're doing prayer ministry, pat the dogs, because it literally opens it right away. Like, oh, you have dogs, and then you just start talking.
Do you know who else? Emma Price says, do you know who else who had 2 dogs? Jesus, when he walked this earth.
Oh, of course she does. That's such an Emma thing. The dogs. Silly. But yeah, it was just great. We started talking to them, and they were from Belfast. So it was so random that we were like both there at the same time, and we got talking to them a bit, and we just said like, we want to pray for you, and we want to like, just, is there anything going on in your life or anything? And they were like, no, like, but just pray for us. And we prayed with them at the time, and then it was Tamia that prayed, and they hadn't like told us anything about their lives or anything, and she just kind of started praying for their family, like, and for like any of their kids or like family or anything. And she had a really cool experience in that moment. She like kind of shared with us about it, like she couldn't hear anything else, and like it was just like the words were just coming out of her, just praying for the family, and we were just like, wow. And the woman, like, as she started talking about this, she just started breaking down. She was just crying. Wow. Like, and we were all just like, wow, this is so cool. So like, Tamia like finished up, and like we didn't even say anything. I just like gave the woman a hug, and she was just so like emotional about the whole thing. I was like, this is what we needed. So good. And like it turned out like her I think it was one of her parents, was it her mum had like died, and then her niece had died, and she was only 28, and she had like 3 kids all within like the last 3 months. And she just was like really struggling to see like how there was any like plan in that, or like design in that. But it was really cool. We got talking to them more, and then we were just kind of condoling them and like comforting them, and she was like, we were just saying how like important it was, not for like what they'd prepared here on earth, and like because the niece was taken so early, and she just kept crying even more, and she was like, that's what my mum would have said, and like she was Christian, and they were just so touched, because like neither of them said that they were in any way with like faith or walking with Jesus, so they were just like really touched. And they'd said that one of the lady had been brought up in the Elim, and the man was, I think, like Presbyterian background, and it just was like so cool, and they were like, this is really special and like sent from God. So it was just,
that's incredible.
Yeah, what a time that was. Literally. That was my little experience, and we were just incredible. Like going back to the car like, oh yeah, that's exactly what we prayed for. But oh, that was ours.
So good. And like it's so good that you stayed as well, because like we were like, Iona and I finished up quite early, and we were just sat in there in the restaurant waiting for everybody, the diner, Charlie's West End Diner.
The best place on earth.
Place to be. So good. Yeah, and so Iona and I were in like the Ardra town, and I was driving, and I don't like, sometimes I do get pictures, but it's not always. It's like it's not a big focus. It's not a big focus. I desire to have like pictures and like anything that's prophetic. I desire prophecy. I don't know if I have the gift, but I don't know if this leans on the side of it, but willing to be open to talk about it. Basically we were driving, and I was praying, and I was thinking, I got this picture in my head of, it was like somebody sitting on a park bench, and it was more of a silhouette than an actual person. Like I didn't see a face or anything. It was just like someone sitting on this park bench. And so I was like, okay, this is good, because I know where the park benches are in Ardra. I'm going to go straight to those. And went round, no one's sitting on them. I was like, what? Why is this like this? Then we went past into the town a wee bit more, and there's this lady, kind of similar to you, that couldn't speak any English. And I was like, what? Like, why? She's also sitting on a park bench, can't speak any English. Then I went over to this other lady, again on a park bench, and she was just really hostile. She was like, oh no, my husband's coming. I was like, okay.
Closed door.
And so then Iona and I were walking up and around, like past the care home, which we'll also talk about hopefully after this. We were like, I said to Iona, like, I usually don't feel discouraged about this, because I know the truth that's like, where it's like, it's fine, it's okay, and it's
like, it's okay to get rejected.
It's okay to get rejected, but it still was really, really weighing on me, that I wasn't seeing this person on a park bench. And then continued to pray about it, got down back into where we kind of passed, and outside this restaurant a lady was sitting on a park bench, and so I was like, I'm gonna go over and speak to her, and started talking to her. And she wasn't from here, but she was on her first solo trip to Ireland. And we talked for like 20-25 minutes just outside this place, and I was like, she said about how there isn't a God because look at all of the bad things that happen in the world. She was like, look at climate change, or why are people destroying the earth if we're supposed to, you know. And I was like, but that's people. Like I think God, do you think God would actually say to the people of the world, like, destroy this earth? Like, he could, but he doesn't say that. And I think it's so interesting, just the conversation that we had with her, and she talked about how much she loves admiring creation and climbing mountains and things. And I was like, the way that I was able to end that conversation, because it wasn't like, this isn't going to be on the Damascus road like conversion, like that's fine. It was more like, this is like a stepping stone, I think. So I challenged her and said, like, anytime you look out at a view, just think about God.
That one has been so cool. I've literally thought about that one so many times since then. Wow. I think I mention it on the last one? I can't remember. I don't know. I feel like I said something about it on our last podcast.
Maybe you did.
But I've literally thought about that. Even like for myself, I've just been like,
it's so good to be in awe.
So
like, you think about, I actually started reading. Whenever I say started reading, I mean I read like literally the introduction to Crazy Love, because I was waiting in the car the other night, and my head wasn't really in it. Like I wasn't really like wanting to read, but that was what was in my head. Sorry, I'll click this on. I think we have about 5 minutes probably.
Okay.
Great.
5 minutes left.
Okay. Love this. Sorry, I've never set this up before. I'm like,
this is our first time setting this up on our own.
Yeah.
Normally Luke's here.
Look, he like sets it all up and he showed me how to do it, and it's such a nightmare.
Guys.
It's fine. I literally have I'm supposed to be qualified to teach computer science, but I have not a clue what's going on.
She can do it. She actually can do it. She did it.
I just have to believe in myself. Anyway, but no, I chatted. This lady said that, and like I don't know if anything will ever come of that. She still had a week left of her trip, and but yeah, sorry. In that book, in Crazy Love, Francis Chan is like, do you ever just take a minute just to be in awe of who he is? And it's like it's really hard, like, to get yourself into that, I think, because we're so, especially where we live, it's so beautiful. Like even going down to the coast, like you never do get sick of it, but like you do take it for granted. Like, and you look at it and you think, like, a God that created all of this and created like the intricate fingertips, like our fingerprints on my hands, like, just how big is he? Like,
so good.
Like if he holds the universe, like if you think about how far like the stars are, and that's just stars in our own galaxy, but there's like billions of galaxies in the world, and he holds them in his hand.
It's crazy.
I always think, on earth? I always feel like, have you ever seen Horton Hears a Who?
Yeah. Oh my, stop.
Like, God is Horton and we are like the speck on the little, we are the Who's.
We are the Who's on the speck. On the fly.
I love that movie. I haven't watched it in a long time. We should watch it sometime. Great film. Movie recommendation of the week: Horton Hears a Who.
My sister, literally, this is so funny. This is why I laugh so much at that. My sister has been like, we are good friends, but she's been so cheeky to me recently. But like, it's kind of out of funniness. But yesterday she called me Horton from Horton Hears a Who, and I was like, girl. What?
That's so sly.
But yeah, it was funny.
We'll have a word with her later.
Yeah, you talk to her.
I'll speak to her. It's fine.
She's so fun.
But yeah, just as we wrap up, we'll maybe chat a wee bit about even the care home. Like,
oh yeah,
care home is just such.
We did share that one story about
Anne Marie.
You guys already know.
Check out the last podcast. It's near the start if you don't have a lot of time. Oh my. Anyway, it's so funny. But the care home actually came about really randomly. I don't know if we explained that in the last one. Like last year we were doing prayer ministry, and then we ended up walking into the care home and seeing if anybody needed prayer there, and they were like, no, but come back in a few hours. Come back in a
few hours and sing to us.
Or was it the next day? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. We were asked to come back anyway. Yeah. And like, I was thinking, there's literally, why is there no access? And why is there nothing here? Why is there like, why are we able just to walk in here? Not even as an organisation, but just as a group of friends. Like,
it was so not like Northern Ireland or like Ireland.
Anything. Like, it was just so random. But basically we went in, and then this year we did the same thing and just like sat with the old people and like heard their stories. There were some Christians there. Yeah. Not a lot though, and it's like kind of sad that like people are so close to the end of their life there. Like, because we would sing for them, and the boys they did a silly song last year. They did it in the jungle. In front of them all, the old lady, Evelyn, she literally was like, Evelyn. Like singing along. It's like, oh, bless
Evelyn
this lady.
gave me her address this year, and like her like a room number and everything. She asked me to send her letters, so they're so sweet. Cute.
But like, I was thinking this year, and like, I don't know if this is morbid to say, I'm gonna say it anyway, but like like last year, I'll use the term audience because like if they had an audience from last year, like our audience, we could have had a whole new set of people.
Yeah.
This year. Like, because I think Josh is.
I think that's Josh.
I think he's pulled up into the gaff, but it's like, it's weird to think about that, and you just don't think about people being so close to the end of their lives, and their wee care home was so cute, and the staff are wonderful. Shenanigans, that was called St. Shenanigans.
Yeah, St. Shenanigans or something.
Shenanigans, I don't know what it's called.
I
don't know, but it's a really good place, and your guy, he definitely will never watch this podcast.
Never.
What's his name?
I don't even know.
Desmond? Is it Desmond?
Oh.
No, what's his name?
It is Desmond.
Is it Desmond? Cause I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, me
he
too.
follows me.
Yeah.
Irish Martha Man. Irish Martha Man. Honestly, check him out because he's so funny. He's just hilarious. He loves America. But yeah, that was our summer. I actually didn't think we would talk that long about it because I could have talked
about other things.
And
that was about one trip.
That was about one
There's
trip.
other things.
We could easily do another one of these.
I know.
Maybe we will after Josh leaves or like whenever.
Yeah, literally. Maybe we'll do part 2.
Part 2 of summer wrap up, basically. Summer wrap up. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if the camera's going to be still running.
Who knows? Hopefully
it
is.
If it is.
Yeah.
If not,
that's okay.
See you guys next week.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye.